If, like me, you love BookTube and you are addicted to Netflix, then this tag is perfect for you. So let's do this. Hi everybody, it's Lydia here. So this tag was created by Whitney over at Accio Books. I never know whether to say Accio Books or Accio Books. The films have totally messed with my mind. I don't know how to pronounce that word anymore. Anyway, this is a book tag based around the categories on Netflix basically, and I love Netflix and I love books, so I can't wait to do this. So question 1, recently finished. What is the last book that you completed? And for me that is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Question 2, top picks, a book that was recommended to you based on another book you'd already read, and I'm going to say The Anti-Pope by Robert Rankin. Goodreads recommended this to me after I read Good Omens, because I was looking for something similar, a similar kind of writing style, a similar kind of genre of book. It's basically a similar kind of idea. Again, it's written in that kind of very tongue-in-cheek, anarchic kind of writing style with which Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett wrote Good Omens, and it's about a similar idea, basically about the end of the world and this guy who just finds it all really rather unfair. Question 3, recently added. What was the last book you bought? And for me that was The Infinite by Laura M. Lee. This is the sequel to Gates of Thread and Stone, and it is a kind of a steampunk fantasy which I don't often read, but I was intrigued enough by Gates of Thread and Stone to want to read the sequel. Question 4, popular on Netflix, books that everyone knows about. 2 which you have read and 2 which you haven't read or have no intention of reading. For the 2 I have read, I'm going to say The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, and I'm also going to say Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, because it's Pride and Prejudice and I have to mention this in every video. It's like contractually obliged or something. And for the 2 books I haven't read or have no intention of reading, I'm going to say 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. Right? I have no intention of reading that book whatsoever for many reasons which I will not go into here because I don't want to rant. And I'm also going to say The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. I know a lot of you love these books. The reason I don't want to read these books is not because I think they're bad or anything, it's just because the whole reimagining fairy tales thing, I feel like it's been going on for quite a while now and I've kind of got bored of it, and I watch Once Upon a Time anyway, so that's kind of already kind of given me enough of that genre anyway, and I don't know, I'm just kind of over that whole genre, so I don't really have any intention of reading those books. Sorry, I know loads of people do love it and I'm sure they're great, I just don't want to read them. Question number 5, comedies, a funny book, and I've already mentioned it earlier. I'm going to say Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman, because I do just love their writing style. Separately, they do write in that very comedic sort of British humour, but together it's just amazing, and I love it and it's so funny. And if you haven't read that book, I really recommend reading it or listening to the Radio 4 adaptation, which I believe has recently been put back up on iPlayer. I do recommend reading the book because I do think the description in the book is funny as well as the actual dialogue, but if you don't want to read the book, then there is that adaptation for you to check out instead. Question 6, dramas. Who is your favourite drama queen or drama king? And I'm going to say Jackson Hall from The Mime Order by Samantha Shannon. He is a brilliant character. He is one of those characters which you love to hate, but he is so well written and he is again annoyingly humorous. Question 7, animated, a book with cartoons on the cover. I don't have very many of these, so I have just gone for Rat Queens because I love the art in this series and the cover really represents that. Question 8, watch it again, a book you want to reread, and I want to reread this book all the time. Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. It's amazing, I love it, you know how much I love it. I'm not going to go on about it anymore. Question number 9, documentaries, a non-fiction book you recommend to everyone, and I do recommend this all the time, so I'm going to say Camp 14 by Blaine Harden. This is about Shin Dong-hook, who was an escapee from Camp 14 in North Korea. It's an eye-opening book. It is very much happening right now, and if you want to have your whole world view completely shattered, I really recommend checking out this book. Question 10, action and adventure, an action-packed book, and I am going to go for The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. Yes, I know I've already mentioned The Mime Order, but I picked this book specifically because it is one of those books which you can't quite believe it is the first in a 7-part series. it is just so packed and so full, and so much happens that you don't understand how there are 6 more books to come. Like, the whole world changes from the beginning of this book to the end so dramatically, you can't quite fathom how big this series is going to be when this is only the first book. It is so action-packed. I love it. Read it, read it, read it. Question 11, new releases, a book that just came out that you can't wait to read, and I'm going to say Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, because you are all raving about it and I have yet to read it. And 12, Max, which I believe is something to do with the console Netflix, and we don't have it on the online Netflix. I think it's something to do with, like, suggesting things you should watch or something like that. Anyway, this is to tag people. I'm going to tag Hannah at Storynut and Marina's at My Name is Marina's. They're some of my favourite booktubers and I really recommend checking out their channels and subscribing because they're really awesome. I will link them both in the description below. Anyway, that is it for the Netflix tag. I will see you again soon, but until then, bye!